All right, welcome to our AMA February 25th. Yes, this is obviously everybody probably has a lot of questions and concerns. Um, I wanted to go through this again. I had a brief video chat with the community yesterday, but in terms of the current situation, we're still developing, we're still moving forward as planned. There was an issue with one of my accounts, and it looks like there was a compromise with the liquidity pool. In order to ensure the safety of there's the liquidity pool that was taken from the pink sale. So that liquidity pool has been locked. And then there was the liquidity pool, additional liquidity that was generated from taxes, and that liquidity was compromised. I really don't know how this happened. And it's really unfortunate. This is crypto. It is a part of this industry. And as unfortunate as it is, like, that's the current state of the situation. There isn't really much more I can say about that, but that is what happened. But it hasn't, in terms of everything else from that, we're still moving forward. We're still developing. We still have the open beta application and the open beta launch. That'll happen very soon. We have also the marketplace that's coming into place, our layer 1 blockchain, which will be launching very soon. And yeah, it's unfortunate. It looks like there was a massive sell-off preceding the events, like starting yesterday. But this type of stuff is really out of my control. I'm doing the best that I can to provide as much transparency to everybody here. And that is just the truth of the situation. And as terrible as it is, that is where we are. But we still have a great project, and we're still moving forward. And it's terrible to see a bunch of people just selling off right now. But I'm here. This is our AMA as we have planned, and nothing has deviated from what we originally created, and nothing has changed since we first started this project. So we're going to keep driving forward. We still have our roadmaps that we're going to take over. We're going to accomplish, and that's really that. It's, again, I know it's a shitty situation, and I don't know what to say other than we just have to lick our wounds and just keep driving forward, because we do have a really great project. And like in the beginning, like when I created this project, the idea and the vision and bringing this type of application, bridging Web3 and Web2 has always been the goal, and just making it more accessible to everyone in the world. Cryptocurrency, and just having a more accessible way to utilize people's time. But there are unfortunate events that we don't foresee, like things like this hack. And I don't know, many of you probably don't know, but I'm here in Ukraine as well, and this is also an unforeseen event. And I read comments that people thought, well, why would I come to Ukraine when there's a war? I've been here before during the start of the project, so I had a lot of my things here, and so that's the reason why I am here right now. But I was trying to move things out, and that at this point is kind of a top priority for me, to move things out of here as soon as possible. But this is still a priority, taking care of this project and making sure that we have a successful open beta process in an open beta, closed beta plus open beta launch for our application. We have Izzy, and she's been developing the plan that's going to be more targeted for open beta. We're also going to start implementing some marketing during our closed beta right now. And I mean, nothing has changed. We're still going to create this amazing project, and it's not going to deviate from what we originally had intended to create. So thank you guys for joining me here today. It's again, like, there are people that I saw. I mean, obviously, I think everybody saw there were massive sells in the chart. But like, there's nothing more that I could really say other than this is crypto, and these things, as unfortunate as it is, like, these types of things do happen. I mean, it's terrible that it fucking happened, and obviously this is not an ideal situation. I mean, I don't feel good at all about it, but it is just the truth of the situation. But I'm still just trying to, first of all, make sure that my physical safety is that I'm safe, and then obviously making sure that this project is healthy as well. But yeah, so I guess we could move the conversation over to Izzy or Karl. I don't know if Izzy, are you there, Izzy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, maybe Izzy, you can talk a little bit about your marketing, and then we can move on to Karl.
Sure. So let me just open the EMA questions for marketing. So it's good to have you here, Dale. I just want to start with that. Okay, so as Dale mentioned, and this may answer some of the questions we've been getting for marketing, we are prepping everything for to go live with our marketing during closed beta, and most of our focus will be on preparing activities for open beta as well. So I shared with you guys that we are in communication with some of the influencers, and I asked you, do you have someone you would like to recommend? Because I wanted to hear from you. And I saw some of you were messaging me. I saw all of the messages. I will go through those profiles at some point during this weekend. So forgive me for not having the time to go over it earlier. Okay, so one of the questions was, can you still be successful marketing Unimoon under the shadow of the recent controversy, or do you think it needs to be rebranded and relaunched to be successful? I think I answered this yesterday in chat. I don't see why marketing this project would be unsuccessful. And I mean, all of you saw Figmas, Karl's been sharing, all of you know, like, the product updates and everything. It's a great product and it's an amazing project. And I think it will be pretty easy to create a marketing efforts around it, to be completely honest, or I wouldn't be here. Okay, so when are the first marketing campaigns going to happen? As I said, you will see some marketing activities pretty soon. Some of it even, especially regarding our social media, even next week. But most of it will start during our closed beta. That doesn't mean that we're not preparing everything, by the way. I don't want to share any sneak peeks because I really think you guys will be very happy with what we've been preparing. So I'm leaving that. I want to surprise you. Yeah, that's. Oh, and there's a question about Sublime marketing agencies. So I think Dale mentioned this last week, but we are in communication with them, and we're going over some things, or at least Dale is, and they are planned to start after we launch our app, so not before that.
Yeah,
I think that's
the idea behind that is their presence is really focused on mainstream marketing.
exactly.
We were doing a lot of back and forth discussions behind what specifically type of marketing they would do if it were going to be in the crypto space. But they don't actually have specific crypto marketing, and I think that marketing in crypto is extremely niche. So if you don't have exact experience with it, or you're not very social media savvy, I think it would be very difficult to get the message across, because there is sort of a learning curve to also adopting cryptocurrency, which I think is the main problem, which is why we created Unimoon in the first place. But with that said, they are very adept at taking companies public. They had a massive IPO for in the billions. And so after having many discussions with their team, their chief marketing executive, and the owner, I thought, and we thought, that it would be better if we have a plan with a build up phase where we would have very specific KPIs in terms of like what was a successful campaign, and what would be good for marketing the application, and that would be for them. We have measurable KPIs with downloads. So one of the KPIs and the ways that we could measure the success of their marketing efforts would be with how many downloads do we have of the actual application. And when we have more measurable KPIs in working with a very talented and has a very good track record company like Sublime, then it makes more sense that we can utilize them for a much bigger opportunity. Because the bigger picture of this project is to get this into the hands of the masses. And so in order to do that, it would be getting people to download the application. Izzy and I have already begun discussing some things in the interim that we would have, like some tutorials with how to use the application, some videos that would show the tokens in the wallet, how to access that, how to move them around, things like this, for those people that have no experience with cryptocurrency at all. But yeah, obviously we have to go in stages. So the next stage is getting to close beta. We'll get the feedback from the community, and then we'll move to the open beta. And then once this application is going to be downloadable in the App Store, then that's when, that's when I think we would really want to have big efforts in pushing towards getting as many downloads as possible. So yeah, sorry to cut you off, Izzy, but
fine.
to provide a little more context in terms of like utilizing Sublime and where Izzy comes in and fits right now, she's more just coming in and tightening up the actual efforts in organizing the ideas with how we can create more visibility and have a more strategic action plan moving forward with creating more visibility and exposure for our project.
Exactly. And that will answer the next question. Who are the celebrities or influencers we want to cooperate with? This will really depend on the phase of the marketing we are in. So, for example, there is a big difference between when we have our app launched and our open and closed beta. So right now we're interested in crypto influencers, general lifestyle influencers, because we want them to be hyped about our app as well. But we're mostly going to focus on people in the crypto industry and anyone who might be interested in NFTs, which is kind of sometimes the same. We already have some influencers we're talking with, and we'll share more soon. But as Dale said, we all need to understand that this is a huge project, and if we want marketing to be done right, we need to plan it accordingly. We need to know when we're doing things, or we will just throw money and no one wants to do that. So we're being very strategic here.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got from you guys in terms of questions.
Okay. I don't know. Do you have anything to say about the technical side, or should we just jump into questions, Karl?
Yeah, we can, usually, I do try to do the weekly dev updates on Monday, but when we do AMAs, I kind of don't do Monday because there's just not a ton of progress over the weekend, right? People are with their family. I mean, it's just normal stuff, right?
Yeah.
Karl, you're muted.
Hey, Karl, you're muted.
Oh gosh. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and usually I'll start over. I skip the dev updates on Monday when we have the AMAs. So, because there's not a lot of progress over the weekend because people are with their families and obviously not working always, but sometimes. But I got an internal demo this morning, and we have weekly demos. This morning was the iOS app, and the iOS and Android apps are about on par. The core social media features are nearly complete, right? And again, I want to be clear because I saw some questions from the group. All timing subject to change, right? Nothing is promised, nothing set in stone, but directionally, we're still on track as of right now for Q1. The core social media functions of the app this morning were looking really good. They're a lot tighter. I've shown demos in the past where certain screens are broken or disconnected, or there's kind of a server or cloud errors. This morning we were able to demo actually creating a post and uploading it into storage DCS, so the Web3 blockchain-based decentralized cloud storage system, and retrieve stuff and show the timeline and the feed and the For You page and all that stuff. So all that familiar stuff. We're able to do still photos as well as video. So that's great. What the plan is for the mobile app on the next week is to finish the Banuba integration. So you guys may have heard me talk about Banuba. It's a third-party SDK for that does those stickers and AR effects, etc. You can go Google them. So we'll integrate that and complete that. Early on in the project, we did a proof of concept to make sure to understand how difficult it would be. So when we completed that, POC was put on the back burner while we focused on the core things. The other thing I got a demo of this morning is tighter wallet integration. So the screens, some of the NFT flow, et cetera. So the team's going to start not only next week, continuing on with the wallet development and the functional development inside the mobile apps, but also they're going to start, hopefully by the end of next week, test integrating with the DevNet as well, which is important. Generating new wallets, sending transactions, receiving, minting an NFT with the SPL tokens programs. So that's going well. On the layer one approach, the dev team for layer one almost has DevNet stabilized. I expect, I actually got an update this morning that it should be stabilized actually over the weekend or by Monday. And I would expect testnet. Again, this is just for development purposes and it's all subject to change. I saw the Telegram comments. I mean, software development it's fluid, right? It is what it is. So The testnet I expect to be stabilized within the next week or two. Right now, that stabilized doesn't mean it's ready for users, right? It means it passes some of our quality checks. That's all, right? So that's really important to know, right? Additionally, on the programs, the smart contracts, and for those that aren't aware, smart contracts in Solana's taxonomy are called programs, right? They're written in Rust, deployed with chain. There was smart contract one, program one. The POC version is developed. It's out in GitHub right now, actually. They've got test deployments on the local nets. They'll deploy to DevNet. It involves basic token transfers. Again, it's so important to note for people not familiar with building things. You develop things and then they're incomplete. And then there's bugs, and then you iterate and you loop over and you do quality checks, and then you do that process over and over, right? Sometimes it takes hours, sometimes it takes days or weeks. But you do that until you get a stable app or a stable platform, and then you bring users on slowly, right? So that's where we're at. It's getting stable. They're going to move on to program 2. There's 2 more programs we have spec'd out after that. They're doing the implementations right now of the social activity coefficient calculations. They're very basic right now, and we're going to enhance them later on. I reviewed them with the team last night, very late my time, very early their time. We're worried about some gamification, some exploitation possible in the kind of the ranking, right? When it comes to ranking media objects and ranking posts, all that analytics that's done behind the scenes on, you look on Twitter, it's not just number of likes. There's a lot of variables that go into a post being, prominent or shown, right? So we're starting to work through that and doing some refinement there. But that's in flight. Now on the marketplace side too, so the team is about functionally done with the marketplace. What they've done, so this is a live application. It's a development build. And you guys should be able to see it right now. It's coming up. So we've got this deployed right now. It's our fork of Metaplex. I shared the Figmas kind of earlier this week when there was, I try to stay out of the community, frankly. But I shared kind of the latest and greatest progress. Those were the Figmas. The Figma mocks have been applied. The wireframes have been applied to the actual code. You can connect wallets if you want, etc. And browse this stuff. So this is connected to a DevNet right now. And this is all test data. This is not live production. This is not mainnet, right? But this is part of our development process. And I think it's important to show that because I feel people are interested on that, right? It's been updated. So you see the tokens Unimoon instead of Solana. All of the kind of very lightweight changes to make it for our community and our ecosystem. But I thought it turned out really well. I think the team, the designer, Priyanka, that works on our team, contributes to the project, did a fantastic job turning around the wireframes. Kolychev's NFT marketplace team did a great job. It took them 48 hours to actually get the wireframes applied. I thought that was extremely fast. Usually something like that takes about a full week. So about 40 hours of work week. So, things are moving. Again, this is just a dev build. There's bugs. It's incomplete, but it's part of the process. I think it looks great. Again, everything's subject to change. None of this is final. None of this is ready for production. This is just part of the process. But the NFT work is nearing completion. The NFT team's working right now with the mobile team. We're still struggling and challenged with that single sign-on between the mobile app and the marketplace. We really want a better experience, than taking your seed or your passphrase and copying it and pasting it over into here to add a wallet to Phantom. It's not a secure experience right now. So we're trying to come up with a better approach. And one of the biggest challenges we're going to have as a project moving forward is that usability, right? Is making it easy and making it kind of non-crypto-y. But again, it was a positive week, aside from frankly the noise and the feedback in the Telegram group. I can't comment on it, and I won't comment on it because it's not my responsibility. But from a development standpoint, this week was a good week. There's been bad weeks, there's been neutral weeks, and there's been good weeks. It was a good week. So I'm really proud of the team and what they've been able to do. And Yeah, I'm happy to take any questions once we kind of get to the community.
Yeah, so Queen will this is to the community. We'll start taking we'll open the floor for questions to the group.
I want to jump really quick before community started making questions.
Yeah.
A lot of people like still confusing that I'm part of the team, and I'm receiving a lot of messages with questions. I just wanted to make clear to communities that I'm not working on a project like Science Atom, and Dale himself officially said about that like probably like months after in a chat. You can find a message yourself. Yeah, so I just wanted you, Dale, to remove me from my website to make the like confusions a little less.
Yeah, we'll have our website updated on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have a question, go ahead and just raise your hand, and Queen will unmute you.
Yeah.
Or you can. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Tinies, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. Tinies, I've just unmuted you. You got to unmute yourself. Okay. Prasanna, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. No? They were the two that had their hands raised. Guys, if you guys have a question, please raise your hands. Crypto Bull, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Dale. So,
Hi.
yeah, we understand your description of what happened to that wallet, etc. It doesn't sound that clear, but once again, these things happened. I'd like to know what security measures your team is putting forward to avoid this happening again. It sounded like a marketing wallet was compromised. Is that marketing wallet no longer blacklisted?
No.
Or okay,
No.
if you could just explain that a little bit better, because I think a lot of us wanted to move forward, but we want to know that this is not going to happen again, and we want to ensure that. And if there's other security measures you can put in place, this project is potentially going to be huge, right? And this is the last thing you need to have to destroy a project that's been so run well. So just I'm hoping for the best, and I just would like to hear what your plans are to fix some of these security measures. Thank you for taking my question.
Yeah, thanks for your question. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. I've been doing traveling, and I've been taking my computer everywhere. I've been using the computer in cafes and things like this, but I'm not exactly sure. It looks like something happened with the liquidity pool that was generated from the taxes, and I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like it was somehow transferred into there was like some kind of dump, or it was removed. I'm not entirely sure what happened with it. It looks like it was moved into Tornado Cash, but I'm not exactly sure about Tornado Cash. But that's what happened with that liquidity. The other liquidity, so we have one liquidity pool, obviously, but there is a portion that is locked, that is still locked. And in order to make sure that this liquidity isn't hacked and stolen, I've extended the lock, and I've talked to Karl about this. What we plan to do is this hacker may still have access to it once it unlocks. So I've extended the liquidity pool until the end of April. And what we would do is I would turn off the contract at the end of April, and then that way nobody except for me will be able to access this liquidity pool, and then we'll be able to move it into our own. We're still discussing exactly the specifics of what we would do, but the idea would be that we would create our own. We would have our own decentralized exchange, something like this, or we would have it on a separate, maybe on BNB. But we're still figuring this all out. But in order to answer your question, like how do we make sure that this liquidity pool is safe? I've extended the lock on Pink Sale until the end of April. And then to make sure that nobody else has access to it when the liquidity locks, I would take the liquidity and depending on what we need to do, relock it or move it so that it's secure and the hacker wouldn't be able to access that. So that's how we are making sure that this liquidity pool is still safe.
Okay, so you mentioned that the one that got hacked was the one that was receiving rewards. So have you set up a brand spanking new wallet and assign that for the rewards that for the because you don't want to keep using the same wallet, right? Because
it's not the marketing. It's from. It looks like it was from the actual deployer address. That's why I'm saying. There's no way to change the deployer address. So that's why I'm saying that when we do the liquidity, what we would do is lock the contract and then move the liquidity as needed, depending on the migration process. So we're still going through all the specifics and details about what the migration process is going to look like, how the liquidity would be set up on our own blockchain. These are still things that Karl and I are discussing. So once we have all that,
okay, appreciate your response, and I think just from a kind of investor standpoint, please communicate your plans thoroughly. Just transparency. That's really what we're looking for. But thank you very much, Dale.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to add something, right? So, when we talked briefly the other day about extending the pink lock thing, right? It's, I think the timing and the schedule is a bit important. And again, all of this is subject to change. There's no guarantees or promises here, right? But directionally, we need to finish kind of the MVP deliverables first, right? And it's a process, just based on some of the comments, frankly, crazy comments and unprofessional comments, the past few days. It's a process. You don't just flip a switch, right? People build things. There's quality checks done. And then I want third-party auditors, external, like Certic, like other code auditing firms. Before we do anything, before we make it live, right? Before we do an open beta, possibly where there will be no liquidity or mainnet liquidity touching our kit until it is audited by a third party, until it goes through code audits, right? That's the proper and correct approach to things, right? We're not going to rush anything. I apologize in advance if people don't like that. That's the way you do things, right? And you can't rush things if you expect quality. And there's a process to this, just like building anything, whether it's a house or a car or a widget or whatever, right? There's a process you go through, and the process is not always perfect. So there's, challenges, whether it's, human challenges or tech challenges, and we're going to go through the process, right? And we're making great progress on it. And directionally, I'm pretty confident right now from an opinion standpoint. But I want to make it clear from a guarantee or a promise standpoint, my team will not guarantee anything right now, right? We're moving forward on executing the deliverables. It is a process, and it's we're hustling, but it's definitely a week at a time, and that's how you build things. When Dale and I talked briefly the other day about the current LP and the situation, from a timing standpoint, the external audits take time, right? You sign a contract with an auditing firm, they put you in a queue, you have to work with them and tell them, kind of what the requirements are, et cetera. It's a process. So the last time, I talked to, a couple of these auditing firms, their wait list was 4 to 8 weeks, right? And that was a rush, right? So a lot of times if you want to move up in the queue, that's additional cost. So again, all of that has to be managed. So it's just, I want to set expectations, and frankly, expectations I think should change from week to week from a development standpoint. We're doing our best, and frankly, that's all that can be done right now. So yeah, just and I guess my point is the auditing piece, right? So we're not going to launch or put liquidity on anything that is unaudited. So, I won't allow my team to do that.
Yeah. So also to expand on that, that would mean that we wouldn't migrate until all of these things are audited and we have the right checks and make sure that the quality is there for the application and for the blockchain, for the marketplace and things like that. So yeah, that's what the process would look like.
Okay, next question. Frenzy, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Yeah, hi guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, just quick question. Could the current liquidity that has been removed be replaced by the tax structure that's currently set up?
I mean, no, actually, no. I mean, we have enough funds for development and marketing, and especially because the price of BNB has dropped drastically during when we were at the actual pre-sale. Like, I think the price of BNB was close to $600, and since then BNB is around 360, so it's almost a 50% drop.
Okay, thank you. I was just wondering if it could slowly be replaced with the taxes.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a good, I mean, our liquidity is still quite good. We still have a healthy liquidity pool. It's just a lot of what happened was there was a lot of panic selling. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously not an ideal situation. It is a setback. We've seen setbacks before, but yeah, I mean, our project is still vibrant and still healthy and still a game changer. The plan hasn't changed. We're still driving forward. I'm still in communication with the team, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that this is a success. We have someone that is focused purely on marketing on a very macro level and micro level in terms of internally. So I'm very excited and very hopeful for the success and the growth of Unimoon. I mean, these things happen in crypto. Yeah, it's shitty. Obviously, it's very shitty, but yeah, it happens. And I think at this point, I want to make sure that we can just have everything aligned for once our application is released into the App Store and the Google Play Store. And I'm excited to have Izzy on board because she has a breadth of experience in the marketing space, and she's going to be able to help do more marketing, be a liaison with Sublime, and be able to have more concrete discussions in terms of like what would be the best way to proactively help create more visibility and excitement around our application release.
Sal Alf, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Hi, Dale. Hope you and your family are doing fine in Ukraine and everything's okay with you guys. I got a question regarding the addresses that been automated selling taxes, I believe. Can you modify these contracts to help the current situation where the contract has been compromised for a temporary time?
What do you mean? I mean, in terms of like the buy tax has always been 9%. The buy tax has always been 9%, and now everyone's getting it at a huge discount. So it's much less. It's like I think 50% less.
Yeah, that's true. But as we can see that the account addresses wallet ending 4DA6, which is the buyback wallet, the marketing wallet, they automatically sell a portion of the Unimoon, I think, to BNB as we track it.
Yes, that's right. It's automated based on the contract. But yeah, we can. I'll discuss with the team, and in light of the situation, we'll make some amendments and we'll do something that
would be great. A temporary amendment would be great to help the liquidity to gain more funds and to help. I know the prices doesn't matter now. I'm not a true believer in prices currently because the product is not out yet, but that will help the investors to come and join the project more.
Yeah. I'll speak with the team, and we'll look into this and come back to the community about something.
Thank you very much, and I hope you stay safe, and you and your family.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Mysterious, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Hi, Dale. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, I'm here. How are you? Hello?
Can you hear me, Dale?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Dale?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So actually, I'm a Matic holder. So we have been here since day one in the project. So I would just say, so you are very active at the initial stage. So now we are hardly trying to contact you about our situation, about Matic guys. So do you have any advice about Matic guys? So because we are the initial investors, which we did not sell even one coin since even that price got 10x also. So because you gave us a word, so could you please more give the guarantee about it? So when it is going to happen or something?
Yeah, I mean, I touched upon this yesterday, but we'll, I mean, we still have to go through all of the addresses, and we're looking into building just an automated tool that would just be able to populate the addresses from Polygon that didn't sell up until this point. So if that is the case, then after we do the migration, then I'll make sure that you guys do get rewarded.
Dale, actually, how much time can we expect? Is there any particular date? I mean,
as Karl said, we've locked our liquidity until the end of April. We have to go through the proper steps to make sure that the blockchain is audited, the application is ready to go live. So there are still steps. I mean, as Karl has discussed, it's better to release quality instead of just rushing into just releasing it early. So yeah, I mean, I think that this would happen after April. I mean, since the beginning, though, the goal has always been to release the project, release the application, and have our blockchain. And we are making advances towards doing that. So yeah, it really doesn't make sense to not hold until after this is all complete anyway.
Okay, Dale, but so you're saying it is going to another 3-4 months that we need to wait, right?
I don't want to give any specific dates on this. Like Karl is really the main person that's
yeah, and I'll comment on that briefly. I'm just going to give feedback, right? So I want to make it crystal clear, especially after talking or trying to communicate with the group and some group members and be transparent over the past 48 hours. We promise nothing, right? That we're building, we're going through a roadmap. There are zero guarantees, right? Nothing, right? This is a Web3 project. So none of what I'm saying should be forward-looking. I won't comment on certain topics around the token. I just will not do that. And I think it's unprofessional of the team to do that in general, right? And I think it's also unprofessional for the community to ask, frankly, right? We are building software. It's a process. If you're familiar with building stuff, then you know. If you're not, that's okay. Then maybe move on to another project, frankly, right? And don't get engaged with the community. That being said, we can task a developer with building kind of a little web portal, single page app tool to do that, right? Imagine it wouldn't take long, maybe a week and a half to test. It means I'd have to pull somebody from something else. We might do that, right? It's not a large effort, and I may have somebody do that if it's a priority, right? Again, our priority right now, my team's priority is building MVP out, right? That's what we're engaged and kind of, contracted to do. So we're focused on MVP. That wasn't part of MVP. That's kind of like a utility, and we can do it. I guess, we'll talk with Dale, get priorities, and if it's important, right, everything's important. But if that's a priority, then we can get it prioritized, and that's the way you do things, right? And that's it. So if there's we discussed building some of these kind of helper tools, bridges, utilities, things like that. The team can do it, but it's a matter of when and prioritizing it. I imagine a portal like that to automate, scan Polygon and grab the addresses and do some cross-checking about, transactions and who's still there. A senior Solidity dev or Web3 dev could get that done inside of 5 days, 40 hours, if that's all they were doing. So it depends on when that 40 hours is blocked off, right? I mean that's it. That's how you do things.
Yeah. Thanks, Karl. Okay, let's continue.
Next question. Hasta la vista. I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. Hasta, please go ahead and speak. You got to unmute yourself.
Hello. Hi, Dale.
Hi.
I am having that same questions because we are that Matic guys still waiting from the last 6 months, and we have also personal communication with you regarding that reward, that 1%. And you mentioned that after, I think, after Feb. No, after I think January or something. You mentioned that you will to hold the 3 months. You will give that 1% reward to all of us. Right now, it is that MVP when it will migration. It is not certain, so that is not. It is not good. So we want exactly we want the date, as well as we want that one Excel sheet. How much we are that Matic
Just,
guys.
I'm not going to take any more questions on this. Our priority is to develop the project, and it's always been to develop the project. And I've told you guys already that I will do it. It's not a priority right now. It just is not a priority at all. And getting the MVP done and making sure that we have a successful migration and making sure that our application is successfully launched on the App Store, this is our priority. But like I said, I will do it, but I'm done commenting on that. We have other things that require our attention, and that it's not that it's not important. There's just other factors that are necessary. They demand attention for the actual breadth in the life of our project. So that's where we need to put our focus on right now.
Philly Trades, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Hey guys, sorry, I actually wasn't able to make it here for the beginning of the AMA, so this might have already been talked about. And if it was, just let me know, and I'll watch the what gets posted. But my question has specifically to do with the, and I don't even know if it was like if it's been said, but if the liquidity was hacked, and that was removed, what reassurance do you have that it can't happen again? Because if they already have access to it, any liquidity, I know the pink sale is locked, but anything that goes in from point on isn't.
I have answered this, but I'll reiterate. So there was a portion of liquidity that was developed from taxes, and this liquidity was hacked, and so the liquidity that's locked on pink sale is still locked. That pink sale, that the liquidity that's locked on pink sale, I extended it. And yeah, you're absolutely right. That was my concern as well, which is what I told Karl. So the liquidity was to be locked in 14 days on March 10th. But I was worried that it would happen with this one. So Karl and I decided that we should just lock it until April. And at that point, once we have a clear execution on what to do with this liquidity in reference with our blockchain, then we would turn off the contract. So nobody except my address would have access to be able to use this liquidity and move it as needed once we have that specific plan on what we will do with it. So to reiterate, we've extended the lock, and I will turn off the contract so that nobody but my address will be able to access the contract at all when it's time to move the liquidity.
Okay, so but don't they have access to your address at this point? So like as soon as it unlocks, if they have access to your address, they can pull that liquidity. at the same time you can. It's going to be a race between you and them, right?
I mean, that may be the case. I don't know. I'll probably do have some more conversations with Karl about this. As of right now, like it's extended and it's locked. But yeah, my thought process on this was that I have only access to the deployer address. So it may be, I don't think it's actually going to be erased. Like they would have to re-get the keys. I mean, I've changed the keys and the passwords on. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'll have to have another conversation with Karl about this.
All right. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing the answers to that. If you can forward like that in the future, once you know, because right now that is a major concern for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure everybody else feels the same way. It's unfortunate what happened, but the big thing is to know it can't happen again. And that's really what I'm waiting to hear. So, all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Filmed. I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Hi, Dale.
Hi.
Here. My question is, Dale, you as a CEO, are you sure of yourself that you can still run this project and until it reaches its goal? Like, how is your mental health? Can you still handle the stress?
Yeah, I mean, it's this obviously this is very, very stressful. I mean, even just the project aside, like just like being in this country right now and trying to leave, it's very stressful as well. But I mean, my focus has always been in creating this project. So yeah, I mean, it's a priority for me to make sure that this project is successful and that yeah, we're able to develop this the way that you know, I had when I visioned the way that Unimoon should be created. And yeah, like I mean, it's a part of life, you know, like there's always setbacks. But I think that with all setbacks are opportunities to see things differently and to create more opportunity in the future to have better security measures and to make sure that yeah, we don't have to see things like this. Or I mean, but you know, the truth of the matter is, like, there's no way to foolproof anything ever forever. It's you know, like there's no way to never have any mistakes for anything. But yeah, I'm here and I'm still very excited to be able to develop this project. And yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'm still here and I'm still very excited to be leading this project.
Okay, nice to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Just give me a second. Krypton, go ahead and speak. I've just unmuted you.
Hey, Dale. Just a quick question. The community mentioned that there was a hack previous to this one. Could you elaborate? Is it the same type of hack, or did something different happen this time?
So like there was something on the contract. It was with a contractor that well, I did a lot of background into it, but I mean, at that time, it looks like what had happened was there was someone that had keys into the burn wallet, and basically from the burn wallet, it just poured it into the liquidity, and it just drained the liquidity pool. So it was actually a different hack.
Okay, thanks. No, That actually, I think that's actually good news that it was a little bit different. If it was the same, people would be more suspicious, I think. But thanks.
Yeah.
And I'll comment on that briefly, right? Because my team got engaged. It was kind of getting onboarded and ramped up around that time. But again, I know Dale was working with other contractors and things like that. After that contract was deployed, I remember we even, the team was looking at it and just the odd behavior. And we actually reached out to Polygon support. So I know it sounds weird, but you can actually open a ticket with Polygon, right? And we looked at it. I had one of my devs look at it, and the first thing they came back with was the burn wallet looks weird. And sure enough, Polygon support replied via email that it's not a valid burn wallet, right? That the wallet that was deployed in the burn address was actually it's a burn wallet on other EVM networks, but on Polygon, it's an actual legit address that somebody has the keys for. So that's one of the things. It's public; everybody can see it, and you can look at the transactions. You can look at what the burn address was set to, and frankly, it was just bad code. And what shocked me is that I know that Dale at the time worked with a third-party auditing firm. It was not Certic; it was somebody else. And they published an audit report, and they didn't catch it, right? So it's again, it was, yeah. I was shocked. Like I was like that super strange that I had never worked with that auditing firm before, but I don't think I could use it. And I do apologize, guys. I actually have to drop for another call, but I wanted to check in just because I remember how frantic things were right then. So,
all right, thanks, Karl. We'll talk later.
Stephen Rims, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. Stephen Rims, go ahead and speak. I've unmuted you. Veruaz, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. NL, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak, please.
Dave, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure you are in Ukraine?
Yes.
Give us a proof you are in Ukraine.
Give you proof that I'm in Ukraine? Why would I lie about that?
Just give us a proof. No, just a proof that you are in Ukraine. Okay?
Give you a clue?
A proof. Like maybe just give us a proof that you are actually in Ukraine. Where are your investors? Come on. Why is it that?
Okay, guys. Sorry, I've just muted you, NL. That's not a. Can we have serious questions here, please?
Yeah.
So, Frank, give me a second. Frank, go ahead and speak. I've unmuted you.
Hello. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. I just have a short question. So the main goal for Unimoon is to reach mass adoption in the world, right? So are you a little bit concerned maybe about the name and the framing, because it's kind of leaned into this shitcoin verse, which I was just wondering about that, about the framing and the name a little bit.
No, I'm not worried about it. I don't think it's necessarily a shitcoin name. I think that all names before they have a name is just a name, but names get built into brands, and brands are developed from history over time. I think that once it comes out, I think once people are able to actually engage with the application and earn rewards and do all the things that people do already on social media applications, and then have more ability and freedom than other social media applications that are available currently, I think that the brand would reach another level. But I mean, it's possible that people don't like the name. I think that that's something that could be changed on the platform. People could take a vote once we implement the DAO.
Yeah, I mean that's just a concern within the crypto community itself, but otherwise outside of crypto, it's still a different thing. So the follow-up question and the last question is, so there are other projects that try to do, let's say, not the same, but a similar thing to what Unimoon does in the crypto world. So what is the main USP? What do you or what do we do better than the competition? Because it's still a very niche market, social media, crypto, blockchain powered, but there are competitors. So I just wanted to know that.
Well, I think what's unique to Unimoon is that we developed an entire ecosystem thinking of the end users first. So we started with what would people use, how could blockchain be accessible, and that was really the main selling point. It's that people are able to interact with something that they're very familiar with, but it's a truly decentralized ecosystem. So we just onboarded with Storage, who's our decentralized cloud storage provider. So all of the data that is saved on the network is actually it's encrypted into 80 different pieces, and it's spread across everywhere in the world that holds that provides storage as a node on the network, and then they obviously receive rewards. But we have integrated even every little detail that we can to make sure that the network would be truly decentralized. So that way we can make sure that people are going to actually be able to focus on creating value and really engaging creative content. That's the exciting thing about what we're doing, is that we're trying to rewrite the way people value their time.
All right, thanks a lot for the answer, and I wish you the best. And let's hope to regain a little bit of the momentum again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Radolf, I've unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Hello.
Hi.
Double.
Hi.
I have a question now.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Radolf. You're going to have to repeat that.
Yeah, what I was saying is actually, there, after the incident that happened, somebody was organizing a group. We're adding all the whales there, and then I was invited there also. And then they were all pudding, and that was the reason for the sell, the big sell actually. So I would suggest maybe, and the group had some team members also there in that group. So that which is not good for the project actually.
Okay.
Want specifics? I can DM you.
Yeah, if you'd like, you can.
Thank you. XXX, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Yeah, I have some question. Like, Dale, you're talking too much, but you're doing nothing for the project.
Next question, Tonios. Go ahead and speak. I've just unmuted you. Tonios, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. You got to unmute yourself on your end. Next question. Sal Alf, go ahead and speak.
Hi again, Dale.
Hi.
Yeah, I got another question. It's regarding the DAO, and
Yeah.
let's first say that the Unimoon application has successfully launched and everything goes well, and someone that posts that violent post or unlikable posts, and it's not good for the Unimoon. Yeah, shit posts, basically. So if I may ask, the mechanism that you think and the team will suit Unimoon to help and motivate individuals, will be there a DAO? Will be there a sort of reward in participating cases? Like, let's say someone posts about a shit post, for example, and the others join the application to start voting yes, no, depends on whatever the results, to leave the post or delete the post, something, a mechanism.
That would be too tedious. There would be you could report something, and in the beginning, though, actually what you're talking about is two separate things. The DAO isn't necessarily, the DAO is just a decentralized autonomous organization. So that just basically provides governance and voting rights to holders. What you're talking about is like flagging or reporting for specific content, but the voting wouldn't be for specific content. It would be for more of like ideas of what could be allowed, what shouldn't be allowed, how much should the operational reserve funds be in terms of the way that the advertising revenue that's spent on the network, like how much of that should go back to the holders, how much should go back into the ecosystem. The voting would be for such topics like this.
Yeah,
but there would be like a report that would get in the beginning, it's all just going to be automated through like AI and machine learning stuff, through programs and software.
Yeah, okay, because you know what differentiates the Unimoon, and because Unimoon is decentralized social media, what differentiates it between decentralized is the posts themselves. Because even in Facebook, let's say, if it's a political governmental post that's it's not likable by the government, Facebook can delete it. It won't leave it.
Yeah. So what you're asking is, if there's something that somebody doesn't like, can it ever be deleted? Yeah. So what's going to happen is that, let's just say that, for us, when we implement the application, we plan to ban, we will ban child nudity. But let's just say that there were a group of people that wanted to allow child nudity, then what would happen is that there would be a vote, but this is for the DAO, which would be sometime maybe 1 or 2 years after we launch, maybe about 1 year after we launch the actual application in the App Store. But people would vote on whether or not they thought that this should be allowed on the network, and it would just be yes or no, and then that would be the governance, and then that way the network would know to allow or to ban specific types of content.
Yeah, that's my first question. That's how it relates to it. Yeah, thank you very much. If I have another question, I've raised my hand again. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dale. Can you please clarify for the community that illegal content won't be allowed?
Yeah, I mean, we are not here to promote anything illegal. So while it is a decentralized platform, and we're creating it's unbiased and unfiltered and gives everybody a voice. At the same time, we don't want to promote any type of anything that's illegal. So we would have these types of measurements when we start, but this is only going to be based on software. So it may not be perfect, but as we grow and get more evolution into the ecosystem and implement the actual DAO, then we would be able to have a little more. I guess what we've been thinking is that we would have actual moderators that would get some sort of reward as well. So we would have actual manual moderators in addition to actual the software and the machine algorithms that would be detecting this type of content that was allowed or disallowed.
Tonios, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. You there, Tonios? Go ahead and speak. Big B, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak, please.
Hello.
Hi.
When the audit, that audit will be complete, CERTIC audit.
What?
When the CERTIC audit will be complete?
It is
with
complete.
Score?
The CERTIC audit is complete. We're not doing an assessment because we're migrating and we're not using this contract. So there's no reason to get a score. We're almost done completing our blockchain. And then we'll get new audits. So we will get new audits for our blockchain. But we're not going to have a score for our CERTIC audit.
If we done the complete before the launch, then we can avoid this hack. What has happened?
No, it wasn't a hack on the contract.
Yes, I am talking about that contract audit only.
No, it's not. It's not a hack on the contract.
So what was that? That is happened in the past.
Hack on my computer.
And there is one more questions. There is someone who is continuously selling 200 billions of token in frequency.
This is the tax. It's the more frequency that you see, because it's a threshold. So every time that there's a tax, that's what the 25% sales tax is. When that 25% accumulates to 200 billion, it auto sets a 200 billion sale. That's what the tax is.
So if it is hacked by your computer, then can you buy back the token and put the BNB in the liquidity pool?
I mean, there's really no way. Even with the fall of BNB, it's literally just enough to have enough for development and marketing. But it doesn't change. I mean, we still have a healthy liquidity pool. We still have, I don't know, 1,500 BNB in the liquidity pool.
And one other questions, when that Sublime will be on our team?
Yeah, you should just go back and watch this, but it's when we have our application in the App Store. They're more focused on mainstream marketing, and there's too much steps to get people to learn crypto and to have access or exposure into Unimoon without teaching people what to do. So it doesn't make sense to market mainstream unless it's really, really easy. So once the application is available, then that's when it would make sense.
New Crypto, go ahead and speak. New Crypto, I've unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. Ken, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak, please.
Hey, Karl, can you hear me, Karl?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, Karl. Yeah, you're talking about
Dale.
the pink sale lock, extending it.
I'm Dale.
Actually, it will be due in 13 days, right? And you
No,
extended for until April.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but how about the pancake swap liquidity? Because I've seen earlier when we starting
Pancake
the
swap is where the
basic.
liquidity is actually held, but it's locked on pink sale. So it's
Yeah, because I'm just wondering why there are still more than 2 billion token sale happening right now, because earlier around there's still
what?
1 trillion sale for the marketing wallet. So I'm just wondering if it's the
No,
hack was
there's
still on, or
no. It's what happened is this basically the marketing wallet and the buyback, that's the development. It's not a buyback, it's a development wallet. It was named buyback, but that's just it's a clerical error. It doesn't have any buyback function. It's just in the beginning on the website, it's laid out that there's a development wallet and a marketing wallet, and that's what the taxes are used for. So the development and the marketing, when the 25% sale tax, when somebody sells, 25% goes and gets split up. It's 666. So it goes into the liquidity pool. 5% goes into liquidity pool. 5% goes into the marketing wallet, or 3% goes into liquidity, 3% goes into the marketing wallet, 3% goes into development, like this. And then when that accumulation adds up to 200 billion, then it sets an auto sell.
yeah, I understand its maximum sell is around 200 billion, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what happened is earlier it sells about 1 trillion tokens.
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. I have to look into that. I'll look into that, but that is where I think the hack happened. But I have to look into that because I don't know. I
Yeah,
really don't know.
that's
1 trillion.
that's what I'm wondering, because you extended the pink sale lock when in the first place it's locked. So what happened is maybe it's getting from the pancake swap LP. That's why until now there's still some sales more than 200 billions.
Oh, no, from the marketing wallet? No.
Yeah, I mean the marketing, it's the buyback wallet.
No, I don't. No. I don't think so. I don't think so. You'll have to like look
Yeah.
into. You'll have to double check it. But no, it's all automated. It's automated through the contract.
Yeah, I know, understand. It should be only 200 billion, but earlier when we started the video chat, there's a
Yeah.
1 trillion sale the tokens happened.
From I don't know. I'll have to take a look. I'll take a look into it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Kiran, go ahead and speak. I've unmuted you. Kiran, go ahead and speak.
First of all, where are you from?
Where am I from?
I'm asking, where are you from? Now you are in there, right, Ukraine?
You're asking where I'm from?
Yeah. Where is your native place?
America.
Okay. Now I understand all the situation. What happened here?
Yeah.
We are a strongholder, sir.
Hold on. You have to speak up. It's hard to hear you.
Unimoon is a featured shitcoin killer, right?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
Unimoon is a shitcoin killer, right?
I mean, we're really a decentralized social media network.
When launch Unimoon at March?
What? Unimoon app? When will it launch?
Yeah.
Unimoon will launch. We're doing the open beta or the closed beta really soon. So the closed beta will be. I think we're trying to do something in the middle of February. That's the date that we've kind of set our sights on.
Smart contract changing time, migration, right? Our quantity is going low or same?
What? During migration, we're a little bit away, but we have to do the audits first. We have to make sure that everything has good quality and the blockchain is good to go. It's audited. Karl had mentioned that he wants to make sure that we get third-party audits with that. And then we would make sure that we can migrate from Binance to our own blockchain. Yeah, but when we do that, you'll get the same value of tokens. So just think of it as 1-to-1.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hugh Jarvis, go ahead and speak. I've just unmuted you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so hi Dale.
Hi.
Okay, glad to hear you. Glad to see you. Well, I've been following up recently on the development of things. I want to ask you, from your standpoint, is there any reason for the investors to be overly concerned that anything can get worse than what has happened? We see a big dip. We see several dips. Is there a bot attached to your computer?
No, I mean, those are just people selling. I think that people got worried. yeah, I think after this hack, there's just been a lot of people that just don't believe in the project. And so it just created a panic sell. And I don't think that it helps that like the whole entire crypto market and then the war. I don't think that these are obviously positive elements in any market. But yeah, I mean, if you join in the beginning of our AMA, then yeah, you would know that nothing has changed. Like, we're still doing everything that we've planned. We're still developing. We still have a team that's coding. Nothing's changed. We're still moving forward as planned.
Okay, so I get that. I didn't join from the start, so I appreciate the fact you're saying that. However, in terms of
Yeah, I mean
security
the start of
measures,
this AMA, then yeah, I mean what I'm saying is that we're still moving forward with the project.
yes.
Nothing's changed. We are still developing. We've brought on Izzy, who is a marketing specialist, and yeah, we're still proceeding as planned. I mean,
Okay, so
setbacks
my
happen.
final question is, what have you then done to mitigate against this or similar things like this happening again? Because we face something similar in the private or the pre-sale and in
Yeah.
the launch. Sorry, the first launch. And so,
Yeah.
what are you doing now to avoid something like this from repeating itself?
That's why I've locked the liquidity. I've extended the liquidity lock. It was supposed to unlock on March 10th, and I've locked it until the end of April. I'm gonna have another discussion with Karl, and then a few other. I'm gonna have a few more discussions just to make sure that the best practice to keep that safe for the liquidity pool. But yeah, that's right now that liquidity pool is safe, and in the future, yeah, it's just making sure that I think in terms of just traveling and making sure that the computer is not in public places, like things like this. I think it's yeah, with a sensitive computer, it's better to keep it in private. I think it's things like this, mitigating opportunities for like hackers to take advantage of wallets.
So my final question, the migration, do we have to do anything when it comes to that stage? Granted, some of the investors, we are not always in the chat. Things happen, a date is set, we don't know what is happening. So with the migration,
just sit tight for now. When the migration process hits, we've discussed just trying to make that as simple and painless as possible, so that basically you would just go to like a online portal and be able to swap tokens out or just redeem tokens. That's what we've talked about. But yeah, we're actually completing this bridging process stuff right now. So when we have more information on the actual specifics, we'll share that. But yeah, our focus is to make sure that that's as simple and painless as possible for everybody.
Okay. Dirk, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Hi. Yeah, just a question with regards to the marketing. So I understand that you're looking for influencers in the crypto space, but what is the goal of the marketing? Is it more to drive the value of the coin, or is it more to drive people to get to the platform? Because that's something I'm wondering, because otherwise it might be that you're looking for the wrong influencers.
I think depending on the stages of the marketing, I think we will be targeting different groups of people. This closed beta is obviously just for people in our community. The open beta will be a little more mixed, but like this is just setting the stage for our release on the App Store. So once we have the application available on the App Store, then that's when we want to make sure that we can market this and we have everything in terms of the testing, the feedback, ready to have this marketed and accessible to the potentially masses.
I can speak more to that. The reason we want to go after crypto influencers as well is because we want to raise awareness about our project in the crypto industry as well. And we want to invite crypto enthusiasts to check out our app and to give us their feedbacks on how they see the app, as well as mainstream users who will see the app in completely different way. That's why we're going after both.
So basically, if I understand it correctly, you want to onboard the influencers onto the platform to make them use the platform basically, and by doing that, drive their followers onto our platform?
Some of them, yes. We're mostly interested in raising awareness in crypto industry, and B, we want to get feedback from people who are in the crypto industry, as well as we want to get feedback from the actual users, mainstream users. They will see the app completely differently, and we want both feedbacks.
Yeah, clear. Thanks.
No problem.
Boom Diggity, go ahead and speak. I've just unmuted you. Boom, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak, please.
I'm sorry, I had to unmute myself.
You're right.
So a couple of questions that I have as far as when the app gets released, and I know that the blockchain is being created, but is there anything currently that's being developed, or is it something that's going to be later on in the project as far as buying our own token with, either Visa, MasterCard, Fiat within the platform itself without using, PancakeSwap and
Hold
others?
on, let's back up. You're asking, is there anything being developed other than the blockchain?
No, I mean, is there anything being developed as far as payment on the token itself within the platform itself?
We know, but that's really easy to incorporate. That in the wallet, you mean being able to buy just with a Visa or MasterCard straight from the wallet, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That we have the wallet that's being developed. In terms of like having that accessibility, it's actually really easy to do. You don't even have to really have much development. It's just like a third-party service that we could just hook up into. But I think, like for most people, I think the accessibility, it's really going to come from the fact that people are going to be able to just use the application and earn rewards. I think that would be a greater selling point. But at the same time, we could just easily, I've already had a few discussions with a few of these types of providers that could basically just be holding they would hold the token, and then you could just buy with Visa and MasterCard. So that's something that we can implement very, very easily in the future. It's like a matter of days.
Okay. And as far as the questions that were asked before about influencers, I'm not necessarily concerned with the crypto influencers. It's more get influencers that have more of a broad audience. I do a lot of stuff on as far as with Twitch, just watching, certain gamers and stuff like that. And I think,
Yeah.
if we have a streaming platform, once you pull their audience, then, and, they do tips with the Unimoon token itself would be a big boost to the project, I think. So.
Yeah, I think that's what our open beta process is going to be geared towards. It's going to be trying to get people to test that have an influence that can get their their fans to see a more intimate look into our application. But that's what we're working out right now. And we're constructing specifically the best way and who that we can get involved to be able to, because we want to have more of an intimate relationship during this process. Something that can allow people to have some kind of weekly or daily type of updates, like on using the application, things like this, like with their fans.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome to share all of your ideas or suggestions to Unimoon marketing recommendations on Telegram, just so you know.
Legit man, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. Legit man, go ahead and speak. Nope. Tonios, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I want to thank you people for what people have been doing so far for the time you are returning to educate us more. My question is, I actually want to know
It's
project.
Can you speak up or talk a little more directly into your mic? Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
I want to know. Okay, please, I want to know, with the thing that is happening in Ukraine, is it not going to affect in terms of the project hardware? And that is my question. I want to find out. Did you get my question?
I'm leaving as soon as possible. I think I'll be able to get a car very soon. I'm waiting for a car, and I'll be taking my things and leaving. So that's the plan, to leave as soon as possible.
What I'm asking is this: the hardware side of the project, I hope, is not being done in Ukraine, or is in America, right?
Oh, we have our servers set up in Switzerland.
Okay. Better,
Yeah.
because now I'm assured.
Yeah, no, our servers are set up in Switzerland. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to jump in again for a second about servers in Switzerland, but I wanted to know this. Did you re-register the company under your name, or it's still on mine?
This is we're always been moving forward on this project as a decentralized organization. So it's really just a decentralized organization as Unimoon.
Yeah, but I signed up the documents. Did you did anything with it, like cancel that?
Well, we can neutralize that if you'd like. But yeah, this focus has always really been on Unimoon as a decentralized organization.
Yeah, I know that. But anyway, I would like you to remove my name from the company connection and keeping or decentralize it or under yourself.
Yeah, that's fine.
Crypto Ways, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Dale. How you doing, man?
Hey.
I heard you say you're going somewhere. Where you going?
Well, I'm in Ukraine, so I'm trying to leave as soon as possible. Yeah.
All right. Nothing but, best wishes for you, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you can hear missiles. It's pretty serious.
It does sound serious. Yeah, I kind of saw something was going on. I could tell in your demeanor. But other than that, I wish you safe passage. And I've been believing in this project since day one. I've only spoke
Thank
to you
you.
a few times. And there's been a lot of FUD, a lot of people talking, but don't ever let that get to you, because you know what you're part of, you know what you're doing, and
Thank
that's
you.
what that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah. I mean, there's unfortunate, shitty things that happen, but it's it's okay. It's okay.
It's you know what you're gonna deliver is gonna be 1,000 times more than anything that could have happened the last 30
Yeah,
days.
no, I mean that's what I'm excited for. And yeah, it's all good. Like it's crazy. Like like people just they panic, and I can understand. Like they think that I'm rug pulling or whatever. But yeah, obviously I would never do that to this project. And but yeah, it's more, I think, a focal point on just people get scared, and so yeah. But I think that for me, it's there's been a lot of ups and downs with this project, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It kind of comes with the territory, I guess. As the but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the project. I'm excited for the future of this, and yeah, I'm not gonna stop. We're moving forward, and we have very exciting deliverables for it. So
It's something for people to understand that you're not just creating something simple. And I think, and the way I see it is, and I call it the Holy Grail. If you hit all facets like you're trying to do, it's gonna be something that's not out. It's not there. It's unique. It's one of a kind. So
yeah,
nothing's perfect. To succeed, you have to quit. You have to fail. You have to try. You have to fail. You have to try. But as long as you continue and don't give up, you're fine. And
yeah,
what the most important thing right now is your safety, and come get home safely, and
yeah.
stay confident.
I mean, I don't think that it's a problem. I mean, I've like, you hear missiles and things like, and there was a report that a building actually got hit by a missile, and I don't think it was intended. I don't think that, Russians are intending to attack civilians. It's all been strategically attacks on military bases and things like this, and it's really just. I mean, he says it's for demilitarization of Ukraine, but nonetheless, it's. I think it'll be okay. I'm not that worried about it. But it's an unfortunate event as well. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I think everything will be fine.
Yeah, I agree. And just for like maybe future conversation, it has a lot to do with crypto and Bitcoin. A lot of people don't read the fine lines, but Russia claiming to having 20 something billion dollars of Bitcoin. Ukraine is actually, a lot of people don't know this, but they're technologically advancing as far as mining and crypto. They allowed crypto into the country. They allow Bitcoin, to be, used. So they're accepting cryptos so much that, to me, that would just make them a stronger country. Any country that's accepted Bitcoin has grown. If you look at El Salvador, their GDP went up. Now they're able
Yeah.
to build hospitals and schools. So Ukraine just, I think it was 7 days ago, I saw an article where they went ahead and
They
accepted it.
yeah, well, Zelensky, he's the president of Ukraine. He actually accepted cryptocurrency as a legal type of industry. No, as a legal industry. It hasn't necessarily been officially accepted as legal tender because they don't accept it for like the official government forms, but the legislation for this hasn't actually been developed for the country yet. So Zelensky is working on. It's probably not. I've spoken with lawyers about it. It probably wouldn't be developed for another. I don't know, maybe a few months. Maybe. Well, now with this setback, I mean, it's an unfortunate event. Like it's crazy. It's a little yeah, it's not, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
Not cool.
Yeah, no, it's it's kind of sad to see, actually, like some of the people. Yeah, but yeah, I think overall there's a lot of potential for any country that adopts cryptocurrency for the future. If they take a serious position in their government and in the way that they use it, things like this, I think yeah, it's beneficial for the country.
Definitely. Well, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah.
And see you soon.
Please raise your hands if you guys have questions. I can't see any more at the moment.
Yeah, I'll take 2 more questions and then we can wrap this up.
You, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak.
Yes, this is not so much a question, but just to my observation when the hack took place, the community got frantic, which is expected. However, I think that the development team, and I did say this in the chat, that we would have appreciate a feedback. Maybe you said it earlier, Dale, that you would have wanted to come sooner. I'm not saying that you have to press a panic button. I think having this call today is absolutely great. I see the chart looking a little bit encouraging now, but we would have expected that we would have gotten some kind of a response to know that, look, guys, we're here. We did get it down late, but in the future, I'm saying when things like this happen, if it ever occurs, or things will happen, at this stage of Unimoon, let us try to communicate through the nice time and the rough times. But I want to commend you, Dale. I think you've done a good job to come here today, and I can only see positive things happening. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Stephen Rims, go ahead and speak. Stephen Rims, I've unmuted you. Please go ahead and speak. Okay, last one. Frenzy, go ahead and speak.
I just wanted to end up by welcoming Izzy to the team. Just let her know we're very, very excited to have you on board, Izzy. Thank you for coming out today, Dale, being transparent. Your core investors are here. And thank you guys. Thanks Queen and Negan and all the mods and admins for keeping it real in the chat. We appreciate you guys, and we're very excited for this project. Thank you again.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Frenzy.
Hiya, this is Stevie Rames. Sorry, I was not unable to unmute myself initially. Can I speak?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Hi, Dale.
Hi.
All right. Okay, I got a few questions I just want to ask, and
Sure.
my first question I want to ask is, yesterday you said that you didn't know exactly what happened relating to the liquidity, and
Yeah.
then today you saying that it is a hack. So I'm a little bit confused as so which is which, because both of them cannot be the same, cannot be correct, and if it is, as you said, purportedly saying it is a hack, surely I would expect what effort have you put in place to try to trace or follow through as to exactly what really happened, trace it, and then feedback to the community. That's one question. My second question is, if according to you now, you're saying that this was due to your laptop or something, because I couldn't actually get exactly what you were saying, because you were a little bit all over the place. That in itself shows that it's negligent on your part. So if that is a negligent on your part personally, so what are you going to do in terms of compensating the community? Okay, that's second question. My third question I've got for you is that I'm not speaking for everybody in the community, but I believe that a lot of members of this community, they have a lot of trust on Karl. They see exactly what Karl is doing. Karl is updating the community as to whatever all is doing. That is why a lot of people are still
Yeah,
here.
but if
So
there was no
now
trust between me and Karl,
I've got for you is how are you going to recoup back the trust of the community? That's what I've got to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your questions. Yeah, like I said, I don't know the specifics. I didn't pull out the liquidity and rug my own project. I didn't do that. There's no reason for me to do that, to jeopardize a project that I've been working on for a fucking year. It doesn't make sense. Why would I do that? Why would I jeopardize a project I've been working like day and night for a year? I mean, like I wouldn't do it. And I don't know what happened. I really don't know, but it happened. And people are freaking out, and I don't have the answer. I don't know, but it happened. And it sucks. It's terrible. But at this point, it's okay. We just move on. How do I reinstill trust? I mean, I don't know. You guys have to make your own decision. I'm here right now taking 2 hours to discuss this with you when I'm actually like worried about the actual physical safety of my life, but I'm taking time to make sure that I can focus and put some attention to the community. But I really would much focus on trying to leave as soon as possible. But I'm dedicated to this project. I've created this since the beginning, and I deeply care about it. I mean, it's easy to just point your finger at me. I mean, it kind of looks this way, But again, like there's no reason for me to do that to my own project, something that I've built and put my face all over, and something that I care about, something that I have so much desire to create. And really, like, that's just what it comes down to. But, you know, like, it's just, people are so critical and so quick to judge. And yeah, it's a little, yeah, it's just, I understand it's the nature of this industry. You know, people are very, hungry to see quick gains and want to see, big percentages. And, you know, like, there's things that unforeseen events that happen all the time. It's a part of the world and life. Things happen. I don't believe it was upon my negligence. It was just something that was unforeseen. I'm saying that it may have happened while I was at a cafe, or while I was, they may have got access in this sort of manner. What I'm saying is, in the future, I actually have a separate computer that is only used for Unimoon. But sometimes I do use the browser on it for other things. So in the future, I would just make sure that it's only used for Unimoon everything. This is what I mean by being even more secure with it. And, you know, in terms of trust, I've been here since the beginning. All our AMAs are always, I'm showing my face and I'm here with the community. I was in the community and trying to speak to people, but people are so quick to judge. Like, people they don't know why I would be here. I mean, well, I am here, and I was here before, and I have a place here, and I have many things here, and I have valuable things and sensitive things here, and I wanted to retrieve them, and I wanted to leave. But this is on just yesterday morning. This is when the official attack happened I guess it was more just demilitarization in Dobansk regions on the eastern region of Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, again, another unforeseen, unfortunate event. This war between Russia and Ukraine has actually been originated since 2014, and it started with taking Crimea. And I don't know, a lot of people don't know, but like, Ukraine is it has its own independence since I believe it's like 1991 or 1992, and before it was a part of the Soviet Union. So, you know, the first time I came here, people don't. I was expecting that much more people would speak the Ukrainian language, but most people actually speak Russian, because it was formerly a part of the Soviet Union. But it's a really beautiful country. I really like it. There's a lot of really nice things. But it's more than that. When I was speaking in the chat, people were, you know, very just, they didn't believe anything I had to say. So, it just really comes down to the point where you have to either believe in me or not. It's your choice. I've been here every step of the way since the beginning. And so if I didn't have good communication and good trust with Karl, there's no reason why Karl would work so hard and do such a great job. I mean, it's really Karl and his team at Utropic. They're contractors, and I've contracted them to work on the project. So it all started with the vision. But this is where we are, and this is the current situation. Again, I don't like the whole thing. I'm two situations where I have these unforeseen events where, I mean, not necessarily completely unforeseen with this war, but yeah, I mean, this Russia and Ukraine's been in war since 2014, technically. But things happen, and at this point, I'm excited and eager to move forward from this. And yeah, we're, like I said, I'm still developing. Karl is still building. Izzy is creating the marketing, and we're gonna get this thing going. We're still doing everything that we've planned. We haven't missed dates. I think maybe this migration process might be a little bit later than expected, but yeah, we're moving forward as planned, and we're going to accomplish the goals that we've intended to.
Are we taking any more questions, Dale?
I'll take one more question.
Okay. DBA, I've just unmuted you. Go ahead and speak. DBA, please unmute yourself. You can go ahead and speak. Okay, Deluxe, go ahead and speak. Deluxe. Okay, last person. Sal Alf, go ahead and speak. I've just unmuted you.
Yeah. Related to what you have said earlier, that the community should decide if they trust the project even after the incident. Well, we trust you, Dale. We trust the team. Karl been delivering every single week. Easy is new, and I bet you choose her because she knows her thing. Even you, Dale, you've been like the main guy here in this project. I don't think that you have done anything wrong. What we need as a community, like for instance, I was, let's say, as an investor point of view, I was buying from the all-time high to the below and been accumulating. I think everyone been doing this.
Yeah.
However, now it's a discounted price, like you told me earlier. It's like 50% than the couple of weeks ago, and I think that's an opportunity for a new investor. It's an advantage for them to hop in and buy and invest in the project. But in the same way, I think it's a disadvantage for current investors because I'm the top 20 holder. I don't want to lose my spot. You know what I mean? I don't want to lose my spot. And I think the best, and you guys have to decide this, is if you can lower the tax, not lower the taxes should be the same. I agree with the tokenomics, but like instant for 6% that goes to marketing, 3% should go to the liquidity. And it
right
goes back to the project.
Yeah, no, it does. It does go to liquidity.
Yeah, it should even more. It's like it compensates what has been lost.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me discuss and yeah, but I like that.
Yeah, that would, I think, would help the current investors to like believe more in the project, and will make the new investors as well. It will attract the new investor because they know that liquidity is locked, and a big portion of the taxes goes into the liquidity. That will create a good flow for the prices as well. This is as an investor's point of view. But you guys have your view as well. You can discuss this and see maybe there's better solution than mine. And good luck. Good luck leaving Ukraine. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good luck to the rest of the team as well. I wish you all but success.
Thank you, Sal. Okay, everyone. Thank you guys for taking the time to come here and join us, and hopefully everyone had their questions answered. Again, this is a setback, but it's not the end. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is. I mean, there's things that happen that are unfortunate. It's part of accidents, but I'm moving forward. The project is moving forward. We still have a lot of exciting things to come for the development, for the open beta, the closed beta, the actual blockchain, our NFT marketplace, which is going to be integrated with the application. Like, all of this stuff has taken tons of revisions and process and time and energy and care. But we're very close to the end of this to be able to launch a very revolutionary, a very exciting application that could be utilized by anyone. And that was always the goal. So I hope that everybody can also see and really understand that vision too. And we can all just move forward on this and be excited about what the application can do, and be able to have an opportunity to be able to download it and play with it, and hopefully be able to replace Facebook one day. That would be pretty cool. But thank you guys all for taking time again. We have another AMA that's set up to be in 2 weeks. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.